classic influences, Queen.
The Police, so like Stuart Copeland sort of taught me how to use a hi-hat and stuff.
Guns N' Roses are the first band I got into.
I think the very first person I ever remember being into when I was like 14 was Madonna.
The Pretenders, The Beat, Human League.
The obvious one, Duff McKagan.
Of course.
From such bands as Guns N' Roses and Velvet Revolver.
And then the thing that got me into proper, like heavy music, rock music, whatever, was Black Sabbath. My brother was a massive Black Sabbath fan. He had the old vinyl.
I didn't understand any of it. I just knew that these sounds gave me these different feelings, and like some made me really energetic, like and some made me really happy. And it just got me obsessive with how powerful it is as a sort of tool. And
The Offspring, and Metallica. I mean, I know they sound quite different from each other, but that was kind of like Queen was the first band I ever heard that got me interested in rock music.
From there I got into like Green Day. You know, to some people Green Day are just this overplayed fucking pop band, but when Dookie came out, it was probably the greatest thing I'd ever heard.
Huge influence in playing bass. Hunter Bergen from AFI.
I used to have this rubbish little vinyl thing, I think, like this record player off my granddad. And it was literally the original Sabbath LPs that I used to have, that I still have somewhere. And that's what got me into heavier music. And then
Literally the only two, really.
then it was only as I got older, like my sister got into Guns N' Roses and stuff, and my uncle was into a band called Wasp. We are sexual perverts.
Well, it was Metallica, it was Load, Black Album, and Master of Puppets.
Metallica was the band that, you know, got me into metal, and then I was a kind of BMX skater guy, and Offspring was kind of like that gateway into that stuff. So those three bands are kind of like the accumulation of my youth in music.
It wasn't until I got a bit older and after I'd started playing that I got sort of obsessive with bands and stuff like that. So it was like Faith No More, Green Day, but that's the sort of upbeat punk busyness thing that a lot of my drumming just stemmed from. But then there was obviously other players like Vinnie Paul.
And then once I sort of got to that point, that's where I found like this is the music I'm into, and I sort of get into heavier stuff from there.
mid-90s, so it was Guns N' Roses, Metallica. Yeah. And then I started to move on to Pantera, and things got a bit heavier. Pantera, Sepultura, Machine Head. And I started getting a taste for the heavier stuff. But classically, Black Sabbath is really what got me going.
Back in the day, saying classics, Nikki Sixx, Motley Crue, and Rachel Berlin from Skid Row.
Nice.
And Mario from Gajira and stuff that just lets you take the busyness to the next level. And obviously using all your limbs, it's completely different this time and stuff, obviously. But
So they're very cliche bands, but
It clicked, it mattered.
that's the journey you have to go on sometimes, I feel, and that's what I was into.